All right, hey people. Today is December 30th, 2023. It's about 5:43 p.m. here in Indianapolis. My name is Chris Lucas. This is my show, The Protestant View. I just want to make a quick video because I know people don't read my posts that I write and things like that. So anyway, I was looking at my Facebook today, and I saw that David Nikao Wilcoxson, who's an author of Revelation Timeline Decoded, explaining why the future's interpretation is wrong, and giving you like his historicist interpretation. Anyway, I spoke to him a couple of times about some questions on Daniel and things like that, and he wrote a very good. He's done a very good video series about it. Wrote a good book and also done a good video series on the prophecy of Daniel 9 and how it's fulfilled. But anyway, I saw that he posted this article today, and it's called "The Papacy and the Jesuits" PDFs, and I put the link in the show notes. So if anyone wants to go to this, I just want to bring it to people's attention. And it says this is the Timeline Decoded Bible. This Revelation Timeline Decoded Bible study gives links to PDFs of books that expose the papacy and the Jesuits. The Amazing Discoveries website, which is a Seventh-day Adventist website, removed the page, the list page of these books, which is suspicious. So I've recreated the list and links as the PDFs are still hosted on their website. I have not read all the books, so I can't vouch for all the explanations, but they are worth reading as the enemy tries to hide its evil ways. So I'll kind of blow it up so we can see a clearer list of the books. And I'll just kind of slowly scroll down and so people can see it. I'm not going to read all this out loud because I just want to basically just make a quick, short video about this. But just to show this list. But I did find it interesting that he said that he found it suspicious that Amazing Discoveries removed this list. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that means anything. He's probably not saying it means anything. But if people know all the videos I do about Seventh-day Adventism, I don't trust them. They can take and read all these books. They could read every single one of these books. They could promote every single one of these books. But the reason why I don't trust the Seventh-day Adventist is, well, they claim to speak against futurism. They actually promote futurism. And they do it by destroying the foundation of making it a valid point, right? Because if I say that certain things in the Bible are in the future, like Daniel 8, oh, that doesn't get fulfilled until the future. Or I say, Matthew 24, it's all future. And I'm saying it has nothing to do with the past and things like that. It's like if I start saying that these things weren't fulfilled in their proper times, what it does is if someone's trying to interpret the Bible correctly, they could start taking a certain verses, attaching them to other things and be like, and maybe they don't believe your crazy explanation for how Daniel 8's fulfilled and Daniel 11's fulfilled. So, but so they're like, well, that doesn't make sense to them. But they think, oh, but these people are arguing that it's future, so that must mean it's okay for me to argue it's future. And then so they say, well, since I can argue that that's future too, I can now apply that to Daniel 9:27 and then say that's future too. So it's like you're giving them grounds to send this into the future. And Seventh-day Adventists would be like, no, we really believe Daniel 9:27 was fulfilled by Jesus, and it's a fulfilled prophecy. But what you're doing is you're doing everything you can to take and invalidate the prophecy by your horrible interpretations of everything else. So you're actually doing the same thing that you accuse the Jesuits of doing, because the Seventh-day Adventists will accuse the Jesuits of, and probably rightfully so, of promoting futurism and preterism in order to take the heat off the Pope. But this is what Protestants in the past have already accused the Jesuits of doing, that it's like, oh no, they're just trying to take this prophecy and use it to take heat off the Pope and preach about a future Antichrist. So we stop calling him Antichrist. You can see all these books from the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, and very early 1800s, where these Protestants are attacking people for even saying that this prophecy could be future, and they're bringing up all the names of the Jesuits promoting it, right? Like Bellarmine, Manuel de la Cunza, Francisco Rivera. I think Florimond was another one. But it's like it's a name very few people bring up. But anyway, so I don't see how a Seventh-day Adventist is not doing the same thing. And because you're still destroying the foundation of validating the prophecy. So to me, Seventh-day Adventists, I throw them in the futurist camp. And when I say futurist, I just mean the people that are trying to throw the 70th week of Daniel into the future, because that's what's creating most of the problems in Christianity. Because we have Christianity that's sitting there waiting for a 7-year treaty with an Antichrist, right? And so guess what? The Antichrist, all he has to do is be like, I'll make it 8 years. I'll make it 100 years, right? And then they're fooled. They're like, oh my gosh, that's an 8-year. That guy can't be Antichrist. It must still be future, right? Because it's an 8-year deal or it's a 100-year deal. I mean, to me, it's like, it's real silly. It's real dumb. It's nothing but to deceive people. So the real Antichrist could show up. It's like, oh, it's an 8-year covenant with Israel. Must not be it. Times get hard. Hey, this guy that's promoting this 8-year deal with Israel, now he wants you to do this thing. Well, we might as well just go along with it. It can't possibly be the Antichrist. I mean, there's a lot of things I'll bring up later in the show that I think are so ridiculous that I recently thought of. And then this girl sometimes I'm on my show, Stephanie, she brought it up, and I was like, man, like I never even thought of that, because it's so crazy. And I'm like, but I mean, it's like, but when you really think about it, it's like, man, this is whacked out that these people have been trying to jam this down everyone's throat for I mean, from what I've seen for most of my life, bookstores, radio, TV, internet, like all your most popular ministries are trying to push this craziness down your throat, right? But anyway, I'll end this video at that.